Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man Sai. Carabao Cup kicks off tonight, Liverpool against Leicester. Who will be our cup conqueror? Every single season we have one. That's why we really like the Carabao Cup, even the FA Cup, all those kind of cups, right? It gives the youngsters an opportunity to stake their claim, show what they're all about, mixed in with a bit of blended experience, you know, bringing them through the match, telling them what to do. And that's where Wataru Endo comes into prominence, because his discipline in holding the line and his quality will surely come to the fore. Don't you doubt him, guys. He's still new to the league and the culture and philosophy, but he'll get there. So who will be our breakout cup star? Obviously a lot of people will think is Ben Doak. Ben Doak will be getting those opportunities. He started the Europa League, for example. Absolute menace on the right wing, and that Ben Doak video that I promised is coming very, very soon, don't you worry. But beyond Ben Doak, there could be Cade Gordon waiting in the wings as well, because he makes his long-awaited comeback from injury. Hopefully he gets on the right trail again. You know, his body's still developing and growing. Speaking of which, Connor Bradley as well. We're going to get an opportunity to see him play when he's finally fit again. And Stefan Bajcetic, he can really lay claim to, you know, being one of the most senior members of this kind of youthful entourage, because he's actually contributed in the Premier League, and what a contribution he made as well. High potential, and starting right back as well, unexpected inverting into the middle. He's actually well placed to do that, because obviously he can play the backline role, he can go into midfield, he's comfortable in all areas of the field. He's tenacious, he's plucky, he's cheeky, and he's technically proficient as well. So it's definitely a place that Bajcetic can carve out a very niche, unique role for himself in this team as Trent's understudy as well. It's unfortunate Calvin Ramsey just can't get fit, he can't catch a break at the moment. But you know, Connor Bradley, Calvin Ramsey, Stefan Bajcetic, Joe Gomez. Sufficient cover at the right back slot, so it's no longer a huge priority, and Trent obviously is not the traditional right back anyway, so there's different ways to mix and match that position to suit the function of Klopp wants on any given day. And I have a feeling as well, Troy Anyoni, our young sign, he's still very, very young, but he is quality, he's destined for the top. He looks like he has a lot about him, and he may make a surprise appearance in one of the stages as well. Leicester might be a tough ask, but who knows, if we can get an early lead. 10 minutes remaining, making your debut at Anfield, it's what dreams are made of. So who is going to be our cup hero? Like in the previous seasons, Minamino, the ball drops to him, clinical, composure, far corner, in it goes, Jota shushing the crowd as well. Absolute magic moments. Got to remember Ben Woodburn's goal, right, in the cup. It's a good chance to stake your claim, but even for experienced players like Endo as well, and players who want to come to the prominence and become a solid member of the first team like Gravenberch. He wants to establish his place. He's still quite raw, lots of technical attributes, lots of positive attributes as well, but he's got to really consistently show that a positive contribution, and that he adds something different but very efficient to that midfield as well. That driven across to Lucho, good man, good full debut, and he said, I saw him on my corner of my eye with that little smile, and Klopp giving him the rubber dub on the chin. It's all good, it's all good. So we know for certain in terms of starting position in the goalkeeping slot, Kelleher, Japan's Draco Malfoy, top 5 best looking Liverpool players. I don't know if he's top 5 anymore, but I'll do a poll again with the local Liverpool lads and lasses, and we'll see. I have a strange feeling he might still make it. Harry Potter is very nostalgic here. Speaking of nostalgia, I actually remembered the Vietnamese version of Lord of the Rings that I had dubbed one time. They're on that bridge fighting the Balrog or whatever, and Gandalf had a whip wrapped around his ankle, and he's about to fall into the pit, and the hobbits and things like, no, Cantofu! Oh. Cantofu, yeah. Anyway, I digress. Kelleher in goal. So in right back slot will be Gomez. Trent's not fit for this match. Will Bajcetic continue there? We don't have many options right back slot. I have a feeling it'll be Bajcetic. He'll have that inverted role again, going to the midfield, which means alongside him he needs cover. Okay. Now Kwanzaa has been playing left-sided centre-back, and I think Kwanzaa will play, so who plays in the right-sided centre-back slot? It's got to be someone who can cover that right-back position, and perhaps someone who may not be playing on the weekend against Tottenham away. Gomez or Matip? Who's more comfortable to cover when Bajcetic inverts? I would say Gomez, right, because obviously he's a centre-back and a right-back, and he's done an inverted play himself. So sneaky feeling that Gomez starts with Kwanzaa, and if it's not Gomez, it'll be Van Dijk, because Matip and Konate are more frail and likely to break down, which would leave us a potential headache. But saying that though, Gomez is in form as well, so Van Dijk and Gomez as a pairing isn't bad at all. But I'm going with Gomez. So Bajcetic, Gomez, Kwanzaa, Kostas Tsimikas, the Scales Greek, the hard nut, the hard man, the Salt Bay of Merseyside. He is our left back, bling bling, because he's a quality left back overall, and he signed a new contract as well. Get in, Greek son. And then holding in midfield, it's going to be Endo, right? It's obviously going to be Endo, our only number 6 in that squad. I'm going to make a video actually around how Klopp shaped this whole midfield to give him all the options of variety that he wants, and they're all multifaceted as well. Very, very interesting, very powerful midfield this season. Endo will hold the line, communicate, bring players into the game as well. He hasn't been quite up to speed and his form has been a bit questionable, but saying that though, every game he's played, we've won. Have faith, my friends. And he's actually pretty dominant in the air despite his size, and he won't back down from a challenge as well, and he'll always be open to receiving a pass, and he'll hold his line and he'll communicate throughout the game. Good things are there to come. He's got a long-term contract. He'll grow into the season. So who alongside Endo? Gravenberch. Gravenberch is one of them because he played well in his debut. He's got that assist. I highly doubt he'll start against Tottenham, and he needs to play his way at really good form and show what he's about really. So the question is Gravenberch left or right? Well, predominantly I think he'd go into the left slot, which leaves the right slot open. Poor boy Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott probably picks himself. Probably can't get ahead of Szoboszlai or McAllister at the moment, and Curtis Jones is pretty nailed on as that kind of Wijnaldum ball retaining role as well, progressing yourself up further up the pitch. So it's going to be Elliott, Gravenberch, Endo. Solid. And then Ben Doak, boy, I think that one speaks for itself, okay? I don't know the Salah play in the early stages of the Carabao Cup. No, it's going to be Ben Doak because Ben Doak can cause havoc. He just needs one of those games where he really, really lights it up. Ben Doak is probably going to be the cup conqueror for Liverpool in season 2024. And I think he will have his Michael Owen, his moments where on the break, force him into his left foot and he drills it into the right hand corner. He must be practicing that left foot, especially because he's very one-footed at the moment. And that cost us Tsimikas. Penalty bent into the bottom corner to win the cup. Doak, boy, he absolutely deserves it. He's got a magnificent career ahead of him. He needs to stay free from injury and he'll reach the very peaks of the game in terms of contributions because he is a cutting edge player who is always a threat. Jeremy Doku, by the way, is performing really well for Man City. Pleased for him as well. He seems like a good kid. Liverpool were linked with him for a long time. Mane actually told him to stay where he is. Can't have more. We have Doak. And the two choices up front, I don't think Núñez starts, which leaves Jota and Gakpo. Lucho Diaz will probably get a rest. He's been running himself ragged as well. Is there any other options? No, it'll be Gakpo and Jota. Who starts where? I have a strange feeling that actually Gakpo might be coming in from the left because Jota is the clinical striker who will bury that 1-2 chances. Gakpo can still drift into the half space between the fullback, centre back in that 10 position. Mezzala on the left hand side, which allows Jota to roam, and they'll interchange anyway. They'll always interchange. Predominantly Ben Doak will probably stay more right to begin with because that is his position and he's so good at it, and he's such a threat as well, and they won't know what hit them. But Gakpo and Jota will probably rotate in amongst themselves, so it doesn't matter who starts on the left hand side and who starts in the central side. And Gravenberch, being the left sided central midfield 8, always likes to progress. He likes to drive with the ball. He's probably one of the best at driving with the ball with his kind of gangly frame, but the ball sticks to his feet in our midfield. So I would expect one of them to hold a position to allow Gravenberch to overlap and drive into the box as well. Elliott is much better placed threading the balls through, and because Ben Doak is on the right and Elliott's on the left, Elliott being left-footed, he can cut into that half space that Salah usually occupies between the full-back and the centre-back, allowing Ben Doak to ram right into the right-hand corner, overlap, drive, break the lines. It's a formula for success. But I'm really, really looking forward to the performance of the midfield because Harvey Elliott, we know what he's all about, and passionate. He's a passionate red. And Endo and Gravenberch, I have high hopes for both from new signings this season. Got to take some time to settle, really establish themselves, show what they're about. But in training, I'm sure they've impressed Klopp already. And as Klopp said, give them time, they'll come to the fore. And these cup games really are a good opportunity for finding that diamond in the rough who just need an opportunity to show themselves amongst the quality that they're surrounded with. Like this shiny muscat grape in this delicious gluttonous fresh mochi. Mochi is a gluttonous rice dessert, very popular in Japan, very spongy and very seedy. Can you see that as well? Mochi. Oh my god, mate. Oh, that gluttonous rice mochi. I should become an ASMR channel. So these type of games usually provide a lot of goals, and expect end to end here. Klopp will come out in the presser afterwards and say, yeah, we didn't have much control on those games, but we did what we needed to do and we're through. and it gives opportunity for the squad players a time to shine and stake their place, not to be really part of the first team, but be part of the matchday squad, make the bench at least, make a contribution, show what you're about, show yourself as an option to fit a function that Klopp needs to do when he needs to evolve and change the game. A key substitute, someone holding the position, someone disciplined to do a function that the starting player did not, right? So even though we probably will start off in our traditional 4-3-3 formation, obviously Bajcetic can go in and alongside Legendo, Gomez, Quansah, Tsimikas. Becomes a kind of box shape that we're very accustomed to, 3-box-3. We know that Doak is going to go around the outside traditionally. That is his best form of attack. He causes absolute havoc. We need to get him one-on-one. Ball whipped in around the outside. Bajcetic is very, very good at that ball as well. Elliott will drift in from this side. He'll go into the half space, the kind of Salah area here, looking to cut inside, use his left foot as well, which will create our overloads with Jota and Gakpo in and around the back post, grabbing Birch for any loose balls, and that will predominantly be our main source of attack on the counter attack, and also trying to break through if we can get Doak into that position as well. But saying that though, Klopp has on occasion played a very, very dirty, slimy, opportune 4-2-2-2. What is that exactly? We have Tsimikas, Quansah, Gomez, Bajcetic, stand formation. He'll put Legendo and Gravenberch as a deep 2 to shield the back line. Now they've got this box here that avoids any danger, because anyone in the number 10 position, they can squeeze and they can provoke and it can stop any through balls being played in there. What is 4-2-2-2? I'm going to do a whole video on how this system works, but predominantly it'll look something like this. Now, what is the idea here? We have some big asshole in the middle here, and the big point is when you have a Szoboszlai in your deep lying 6 or a Gravenberch, the players, the opposition I mean, can't be marking this area no longer, at least not efficiently, because the ball is to Elliott and in this case to Gakpo, leaving your poacher and your fastest player Doak up front causing havoc here, and they will actually slightly go in between the fullback and the centre back as well, because the whole idea is to allow Gravenberch or Szoboszlai to break the line and enter this key area here, okay? And when they don't commit, or he can beat the first man or beat the second man, then it causes panic, because you'll have runners into both sides, you'll have the wide options as well to work it in, you get Gravenberch or Szoboszlai into that kind of position, and it becomes an absolute deadly situation here, because this is equivalent to the Gengen press and half press, where you are in the 10 position in an open space because, well, where are the players? They're nowhere to be seen, at least not in a logical position. So 4-2-2-2 has been utilised by Klopp in very opportune moments. You've seen against Newcastle, you saw it against Wolves as well, Szoboszlai breaking into that area. It is quite a unique approach to a particular phase in the game. Expect to see it sometime in this match as well. So my official score for this game, 3-1 to the Reds. Leicester will probably score. Queeve will make some blinding saves, he always does. I fancy Jota. Jota's going to get some goals, isn't he? Can Ben Doak open his account? I think he might. It might be one of those Woodburn magic moments. So 3-1, Jota 2, Doak 1. Bank on it. Don't bank on it. We'll win. Bank on that. Till next time, sayonara Miyazaki man, Liverpool fan in Japan. Have a good evening, guys. Oh, and I've also put out another video about our dream house design in Miyazaki, Japan. Check it out. We're going to put a proper Liverpool media room as well, so we can watch the games with all the local fans. Come over to my place, grab a cheeky Suntory whiskey, and Ganbare minasan. Big expectations of Man Mountain Endo. And until next time, Miyazaki man Ichiban. Have a good night, everyone.